impressive.
9 o'clock last night.
Ugh,
So
that sounds
bad.
hellish. But worth it.
So worth it, yeah. No, I've been doing good at the gym. I think it's that thing, I've gotten back in the habit now, so I just like, my brain has stopped fighting me. It's like, okay, fine, you're gonna go.
It's so much easier
Where
whenever.
before I was like, no, anything but the gym.
Yeah.
My stupid fucking dog makes it impossible for me to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You just go run and chase him.
I know, that's like what I have to do, because he's needy.
Yeah, he's a baby.
He's like, don't leave me
baby
alone,
boy.
I need
or
to
I'll
poop
destroy
and stuff.
everything. I'll wreck every world.
I love pooping.
Bad dog. Hi, Mike Bachmann.
How are you, buddy?
I'm sleeping.
You
You
sleepy?
look good.
How is Bebe?
She's good,
Yeah.
I guess.
keeping you awake all night?
Oh my god, last night
Do you get to like hold her while you're there, or is it like she's like beside
yeah, I can hold her. But why would I want to? I'm mad at her.
you? She grunts too much. She's so grunty.
Oh my god. Oh, I got here. Hold up. I got this to give to Steph and or David to use as the Mellencamp baby. But here we go. It's like this shit all night. Here it comes.
So she's making adorable noises.
It's
Right.
cute. Baby. Oh, she sounds like a seal.
But like, and yeah, it's great. It's cute, and I love her, and it makes my heart melt. But I don't want my heart to melt all night.
Yeah. You are allowed to both love your child and also be very sleepy and upset about not getting sleep. Do you hear him? You need to put your headphones in so you can hear Amelia making sounds.
See in the background?
Bachmann recorded her.
It's still happening if you put your headphones on.
Oh my goodness.
There was a fart in that you might not have heard.
A fart?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yours?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you who's the fart king.
You should do that sometime. Just like get a video of her, but fart really, really loud in the
Oh,
middle of
yeah.
it. But don't tell the people.
Man, Amelia, way to fart,
Way to
girl.
fart.
Nice
Farts.
farts.
And then say something problematic about labor laws, and then
the
be
good
like,
news is,
Amelia,
like, the good
Jesus.
The good thing about having a
You stepped
baby
on
now
my
is
labor laws.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to say that you could always blame your farts on someone now. Like, man, this baby.
That's a great, like, having a dog in my office. Mwah.
Like, man, this
Mamma
dog
mia.
loves to fart.
That's
Oh,
Baby,
oh boy.
baby farts
Sure.
smell so much different than my human ass man farts.
Yeah, but no one's gonna call you out on it.
You know what's crazy? Girl farts, they be smelling different.
In what way?
Explain yourself. Simply incognito. Oh, okay. I thought you were looking up something about girl farts incognito.
Hey,
Explain yourself. Simply incognito.
What do you think of
okay.
this?
I thought you were looking up something about girl farts.
Girl farts smell like periods. Boy farts smells like
Are we streaming right now?
the dump.
Yes.
Oh no. Well, okay.
Oh no! Are we really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna say it anyway because it's not being recorded. The thing is that period farts are a thing, though.
Well, we are streaming.
Yeah.
I know we
Oh.
are, but
You ever notice
I had
that?
to
I'm
say
sure
it.
there's ladies in there.
It's true. Someone had to say it. Period farts are real.
Y'all ever chilling with your lady and she farts and it smells exactly like a man.
This has never
Like a
happened.
war-torn
And also,
battlefield.
I don't have a butthole or a butt.
I don't like-
Ladies only fart out of their vaginas.
no, that's worse somehow.
No, it's just beautiful.
Everything comes out of one hole.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. They
Like a
pee,
cloaca.
fart, poop, and bleed.
We're
out
like
of there.
chickens.
Yeah. I went to a Christian school, so it's technically a hate crime to
Tim,
be
you made
offended.
This is good.
Yeah.
Earlier it was not good, and now it is. What did you do to it?
Absolutely nothing. It's just colder with bitters. We've had,
I'm gonna steal it from you.
uh,
I feel like we were all in a really weird headspace tonight, is what it seems like.
How many episodes we doing tonight?
4,
2,
Oh, 6.
7.
69.
38.
Mama's gonna die.
Let's just record all of the rest of the next year right now.
Like, listen, I gotta
Okay.
call
And then
out
we'll meet again when Amelia
Amelia.
Amelia
Amelie.
No.
I love that movie.
is 1, and we'll have her on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can replace Owen.
Get out
Owen
of here,
too.
Alor.
We're gonna do
Aylor's-
1 episode. It's gonna be 6 hours long.
Aylor's out. Amelia's in.
My new best friend.
Does Owen even ever ask you about coming back on the show?
Oh yeah, I just say no. I'm like,
Oh,
no.
why not?
That's
We got
awesome.
No.
we got one bad
I need-
review about it.
I
so-
need to
We
know.
got one bad
What
review.
are you
One
gonna do?
person said they didn't like it.
What are you gonna do?
I need
No, I
to
said
hear
that
his voice, which has changed. I think.
I know.
Oh god, it is,
Does he sound like this now? Wait,
It
where's
is
the
ridiculous.
thing? Oh, I wish we had our fucking. I wish our new headphones worked.
they
So I
haven't
could
gotten
do
back
this
to me.
terrible
I need to
demon
send
voice.
a douchey email to be like, here's
You
my.
said this would work.
No,
and
no,
not.
it's gonna be a different type of douchey. It's gonna be a picture of me in front of the iTunes ranking holding our award. And the Art19 back end of how many downloads we get in a month.
Bitch. You know who the fuck I am. You better fix it. I need to go talk like a demon stat.
Listen.
It's very important.
And then I'm gonna change it so I sound like Griffin McElroy in the back end, and then get more money.
Trixie.
nice.
I wish I was under 30 and a media luminary.
Well, he's not
I-
under 30
no.
anymore.
I'm 30 as fuck.
I'm on track to be a 30 over 30. I said that before. I don't know.
You're.
It starts getting easier eventually because, like, I could be a 40 over 40. There's like 10 more of us.
It's true. It's true. There's only 40 of them though.
Can they have a 35 under 35? I don't think I'd be a part
I
of
just
that.
want to
100
be.
under 100.
I
Yeah.
want one at exactly 31. And it's me.
What's that? Everyone says I'm on the such and such cover of Time because it was like the
Oh, the like.
what?
Oh,
what is
the
that?
mirror-
Man of the
Mirrored
year
one?
one?
That was fucking dumb as fuck.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
You are stressing me out doing this right now. I hate it very much.
Same.
Why is this happening?
I don't know. Does this do anything? Probably not.
Oh, it sounded a little.
It does
better.
something for me.
Bachmann's got. He's awake now.
Oh,
He's not. He's
I'm ready
dying
for to make a
2%
booty.
less.
It gets my fucking loins hard.
He's horny.
Dad horn.
God dead horny fuck!
It's just so slow. It's gonna take this episode's gonna be 6 hours of you just being like.
I almost had it.
He's gonna cry. That's why I was saying it's totally fine if you play like the person that carries our luggage in this arc.
Look at this idiot. He looks like me. Look at him.
He's
Look how
tired
stupid he
as
looks. Look how stupid he looks.
He's
Look
defeated.
at him. Look at him.
It's all downhill from here, bro.
I'm gonna go get some Reese's Pieces.
I can see a cat. in Bachmann's
Oh,
house.
his soul is gone.
Click back. I want to see that cat again.
Love to.
See the Kit Kat.
Oh my god. The PlayStation sign. Love
And a
it.
Kit Kat.
Kitty cat.
Michael, is your dog with you or is he somewhere else?
He is. He's on the floor chewing.
He hasn't tried
Something.
to bite you in the face in quite a while, which I'm very upset about.
Don't jinx him.
As soon as we start record, as soon as I hit record, he'll be like,
Time
be
to
jumping
punch
right up on
with
me.
my face.
you can feel it. He does nose javelins. That's what he does. He like jumps up with his giant schnoz.
He really does.
All right. Well, I guess while we're waiting, let's go over a few points.
Should I look at my fucking character sheet that I
Yeah,
don't know how to play?
you probably don't know how to play Ranger.
Don't.
Did you look at it ever since last week when you said I didn't know? You're
I
a
did
bad
want to
person.
ask
I
you.
do hate
It doesn't really matter which way we do this, but either when you guys get there, either Rowan will just be there, or when you get there, like you'll have decided to meet there. So it's like, did you like ask her ahead of time to be there, or does she just happen to be there?
So it's been 28 years.
So
I mean, it seems
this
a
is
little.
Yeah, this is this is like 5 or something.
6 years after the last episode. No, after we defeated.
Would she
Jed.
even recognize it? Oh, I guess none of us have changed. Well, shit, the only person she'll recognize is Jaela.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Can Aludra not be here? Because I don't want to do
I don't think Aludra's going to be here for that part, right?
Okay.
No,
That would be
yeah.
very funny, though. She was.
I've already
So
forgotten
my-
Aludra because she's dead.
My thought is that like Jaela sent a message and Rowan just would agree to meet her there.
Yeah.
Like, she's like,
That's
I
what I'm
know
thinking.
of someone.
Oh, we can't go to Rowan's shop.
Oh, shit.
I have a shop.
Man, that makes me...
No, you can't.
Okay.
I love having a shop.
You're a
I'm a
fucker.
I'm a shop owner.
We talked about this.
You have a shop? You didn't tell me you had a shop.
You have a magic item shop, right, Jennifer?
What?
Whoa.
Rowan does, and where we can get anything.
Yeah, Michael.
I'll give him anything.
You
There's-
fucker.
Oh,
Buckets of immovable rods.
no, it just burned
No,
down.
my shop. I was
That was a
sorry.
decoy shop.
Yep.
There's another
All of the
one.
real magic
It's
items
underneath.
are safely
No,
hidden.
it was just we're talking about you having a sort of adventuring crew sort of office, not a shop.
Yeah, welcome to my office.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO. Big Bitch Incorporated.
Did you add any magic items? We talked about that too.
No, of course I didn't. I'm a big dum dum, and I've been busy and also stupid.
Jennifer has the exact same items as a level 1 character who fell out of a tree.
Okay, the thing is, that's actually true. Because
How many fucking
the
leaves
can
you
she have
got?
the oath bow and bracers of defense? Oath bow is weird and it's good.
what does it do?
Oath bow will be her displacer beast cloak or whatever. That's the
is
one that you
it?
have to talk
Is it-
to, and it adds damage to it.
What?
Is
Is
it-
that in here?
Do you whisper
How do you
secret
What
things
is
in
it?
your-
What is it? An uncommon, rare? What are we talking about?
What is it? An elf bow?
Tim, I need you
Oath?
to understand a thing about me. If I'm not like actively using a piece of information,
Oath
it is
bow.
gone.
Oath bow.
Gone from my
But you-
brain.
It requires attunement, but it is.
How rare is it?
It's pretty fucking
It
rare.
doesn't say. Range.
Very rare. That's not bad. Yeah. It's like a +1 oath bow.
Where is it?
Right there. That's the remember? You,
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
you lost your shit over it?
It's very good.
You didn't take the oath bow, change the words to something like dank.
Why would it's really good as is.
Page 183 in the Dungeon Master's Guide. It's very rare.
Oh, wow, that's different.
And then just take a bracer of defense so you can get that AC up.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Very rare.
Okay.
Okay.
How many AC do I get for that?
Like 2 or something? I forget.
Well, let's figure it out.
What is it? Bracers of defense?
Yeah. Or whatever that is, the basic
Hold
shit.
on,
So
my
when you
mom's texting
say-
me.
When you say very rare is not bad, you mean at least it isn't legendary, which is the only thing more rare
Yes.
than very rare.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Wait,
That's
do we
exactly what I mean.
have? Well, Michael, just give each of us. Let each of us pick a very rare item.
No, that would be
I-
Very rare
good.
item.
My sister's a queen, and she would give me anything that I want.
Yeah.
A very rare item would be worth at least 50,000 gold pieces.
That's not
She's
so
a
big deal.
15 level
She found
character.
it. She's level
I mean,
15.
we are.
1,000!
I'm royalty, and I deserve the best.
Braces of defense
Kingdoms.
also requires attunement, and it's 2 AC.
Wait,
What's
can you?
attunement?
I mean,
Oh my-
just-
What's it?
I don't know what that
You
is.
can only have 3 attuned items, I think, except for maybe Bachmann can have 4, which is funny. Maybe.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
Aludra really had
Yeah, I
any
can.
magic items.
I get an extra attunement.
Yeah, so you can only have 3.
and it's. Did you say it's rare?
What? The oath bow is
Bracers
very
of
rare.
No, the bracers of defense.
I don't
Rare.
know.
My face is
No,
hot
that's,
because I
I
feel
think that's
shame.
very
Because you're being dunked upon.
Well,
I'm
or
being
something.
horrendously dunked upon right now.
And then, yeah, we're good.
Secretly, all the things that I don't know about Dungeons or Dungeons and Dragons, I funnel to Jennifer, and I'm like, "Hey, ask this." So
Yeah, I was
what's
doing
attunement?
this is my gift to Bachmann, whom is a new dad, and I'm doing
There-
this for
Yes,
him.
that's very brave of you. Up
You know,
your
one of my
armor
secret-
to +1. What's your armor?
Wait.
You have like
this
leathers?
bow is
ridiculous, dude.
Set of the leathers.
Yeah, all right.
It gives
there are
you
many
advantage
times where you are
every time you attack, and it gives you an extra 3d6 damage. That's ridiculous.
But it's cool. But it only gets one thing. And it's Jennifer's.
I need it.
Has
It is
anybody ever
very
made a Facebook
powerful.
call on purpose?
What?
Say it again, Bachmann?
You know what I mean? Has anybody ever made a Facebook call on purpose?
No.
Seems like anytime one
No,
ever goes through,
absolutely
it's always
not.
like, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that.
Tim, you were saying I need to add.
Upgrade your armor to +1.
Okay.
That'll give you a +1 AC.
And then I get from the bracers more?
2. So add 3 AC armored to you.
Nice.
And that's cheap, Michael. That's fucking cheap. You have plenty
I don't
left
have,
over for an
my
oath bow.
AC's pretty low,
Yeah.
so it's not like I'm gonna be having an extreme advantage.
This is the good shit.
Okay, let's give you the oath bow, but I'm gonna work something into the story about it, which will make you regret having it. Does that sound good?
Tim did this. This is Tim's fault.
We don't have to have it, but you seem to have such fun the other night.
It was very funny. Yeah, I'm
essentially,
okay with that.
just let you fuck up one thing real bad until that thing is dead, and then the next day you can fuck up another thing real bad until it's dead.
Yeah. But I'm okay with it. You putting something to it that will make it not quite as good. Like if it does
Like
something
maybe
bad,
it isn't totally exactly yours.
Oh,
Now that's a story hook.
now that's a story. Hook.
Isn't that
Yeah.
interesting? Now we're done.
So like maybe you think it is. You know, something like that.
I love it. That's genius, Michael. You're a beautiful man. And when that happened, and this is a gift to you. When that happened, there was just a little spark in your eyes, and you could see that some of the dadness in you left, and your real life came back for a second, and you're alive for just a moment.
For that
It's just
moment
a
in
brief
time.
moment.
It's the briefest of moments.
Oh man.
Any fucking way. You want to dunk on some?
Yeah, let's
I
make
don't know,
this
orcs
podcast.
or something.
It's gonna be
art?
7 orcs.
Somebody want to tell me how to play Ranger?
You shoot your bows.
I got that.
Got that. Well, okay, so
No, I'm joking. I do. I mean, I know somewhat. I will be learning. I played it last time.
do you need to hold? Let me.
You're very stressed.
Also,
It's okay.
Rowan's definitely gonna have to whisper something really cool to it every time.
Yeah, do you want to? That's what I'm saying. Like, do you want to keep the? Do you want to tell the stream what it is right now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is now. What if I just say something different every time?
Yeah,
It's always.
I'll let
funny.
you that.
That's funny. Now is Quiver element OP?
All right.
'Cause it
Does
would've
everyone
been-
have Audacity open?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, should I wait for it to be our Audacity be rolling? Yeah. Go ahead. Let's go let Audacity
Yeah.
in, and I'll read you what what I
I
have to whisper to my boat.
Whisper. I think we have to shout it.
Okay.
Like, get rid of a stealthing component too.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. We're recording a podcast.
Recording.
A podcast. Butt sex, butt sex, butt sex.
So when I want to use my oath bow, the bow itself whispers to me, "Swift defeat to my enemies." And then when I want to use it, I have to say, "Swift death to you have wronged me."
And that means we have another sentient talking
Very
item.
goth, in the style of Hot Topic.
It's a it's a fucking bow that has been in the Dane family for generations. and
My papa gave it to me.
and elfdom.
He can't deny me anything. Why is it so loose?
God, it's bananaing on me.
What are you doing?
Glad we did this after we started.
This is good shit. Very good sounds.
Ow! Velcro hurts sometimes.
Your delicate skin.
I've cut my fingers constantly. That's
What are you
better.
doing?
He's ruining everything.
I'm better.
Okay. Oh my god, are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
Do you know how to calculate attack and damage? Never mind. Let's go ahead.
I
Are we
already did
recording?
that, bitch.
I guess so. We're gonna theoretically attempt to do some sort of dynamic ad for GeeklyCon, right?
I thought we could just send them a file.
Right, like we're gonna theoretically do that.
Mm-hmm.
John didn't seem like super knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, I say we just fucking barrel ahead and get in contact with the girl that fucks with our
Right.
Dropbox.
So should we also just say just the really top level, hey, we're doing it in Columbus thing on the off chance that we don't figure that out?
Yeah, yeah. I think
Just real brief. We don't have to do the whole shebang.
Yeah, because I think the thing we wanted to avoid was the next 9 months of please.
Right.
Why aren't
And
you
then-
buying a GeeklyCon ticket?
And then we won't do that.
Yeah,
we won't do.
We just won't do it.
Ever
Michael.
talk about it again. We just
Yeah.
won't talk about it
We'll just
anymore.
like slightly throw in like, isn't that cool that GeeklyCon's in Colombo?
Yeah. All right, you guys ready?
I was born ready this way.
I feel very awake right now, which is not true.
Okay.
I'm sleepy too.
That was a strange voice that I think Bachmann did.
Okay.
You know that
Hello, Michael
the
Bachmann.
Vine or whatever when she turns and sees the guy standing like staring at her smiling. She's like hi, and he's like okay.
No, I've seen that one.
Nika, I've never told you this before, but the mute button, very loud.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I meant to tell you, like, just a quick. It's what you think about it too much, and you're like, I'm gonna send her a message, so it's not a big deal. And and it's been 3 years, and so I didn't. So I was like, I'm just gonna say. It.
I try to do it because usually if I mute it, it's for things like sneezes, sniffles, or if I know I'm going to drop something.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure the noise that I'm muting is hopefully less or more intrusive than the mute noise.
I think that's fair.
That's all we hope in life. Oh, I'm not getting sound from this. That's my fault.
Hi.
Okay. There was sound. I didn't know. Oh shit! This is gonna be a wild one.
We're rowdy.
We're gonna get
already.
yelled at again from our upstairs.
Our upstairs neighbor is gonna yell at us. I think
Did they?
We have a new neighbor, and well, she yelled at us.
Is she new?
She did number one. Well, I'm assuming she's new. She did not yell. She came downstairs because we were listening to our pop tunes too loud. The bass was too aggressive, I
Too
guess.
much bass.
And she said it was shaking her floor shaking.
Oh boy, you guys are wild.
So I was immediately like, okay, I'll turn it off.
You should have answered the door with your award and said,
What
"What
up,
did you
bitch?"
have to say to me?"
Excuse me.
2 questions. Who the fuck are you? And can you help me work this fucking task
I
thing?
will
I don't know
literally-
how to work it.
I will literally never stop listening to Ariana Grande.
Same. Danny gave
I
me
think-
shit yesterday because one of her songs is on my playlist, and I'm like, "Don't shame me for it."
She's good.
She's good.
I'll never stop listening to Ariana Huffington.
That's bad.
I can't keep up.
I don't know.
I think Kit heard me count down because now he's standing next to me.
He knows.
Is he finding
It's time to javelin you.
Is he standing
Not
in the
yet.
bush to
He's
shit?
like, I'm gonna wait for him to say greetings, adventurers, but then I'm just gonna come right at him.
You guys joked about. I know it's a million after we wanted to start.
Yes.
Did you guys want to do a quick improv thing?
No.
Oh no!
I think we're.
I
You
think
got
we
good
got,
energy.
Yeah, that's true.
we got a weird energy, and I like it.
Yeah.
It's good. We have to channel it.
Yeah. Thank you everyone
I have
who's in the Twitch chat.
No one. But it's great.
But I feel like you're making goofs.
But
You're
use
making
that.
good goofs.
Use that.
Yeah, use it.
Just
I'm
get
using
weird.
it.
Yeah, 'cause Steve is so. Oh, we'll talk.
See, yeah.
So I guess it's been a couple weeks. Toby had his 40th birthday bash. It was great. And
Why are you wasting all this?
Well, 'cause
Yeah.
I wanted a hashtag. I want to like hash it out, not hashtag. I'm a fucking idiot. And then I guess was the baby born?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to hash that out before we started.
Excuse me.
Hashtag it out.
Tim,
Yeah,
I
weird.
just had. I'm sorry, real quick. I just remembered a dream that I had. That
No,
I
oath,
had,
no, oath.
that I was made to do improv. That it was all your improv friends, and they made me be in a show.
Finally, Finally.
Okay, that's all I had to say. I just remembered it from nowhere.
Improv people.
Terrible.
Got a show tomorrow. Boston people, show tomorrow. Improv Boston. 10 o'clock.
Do it.
The witching hour.
Okay. Greetings, adventurers. You have joined us for another episode of the Drunks and Dragons podcast. I am your dungeon master, Michael DiMauro, and with me is Mike Bachmann.
Hey guys, I'm gonna start this episode with a shot.
Those are Reese's Pieces.
Throw back, buddy.
Jennifer Cheeks here.
Hey, everybody.
Timothy Lanning.
Hey, everybody. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And Nika Howard.
Hey guys, Bachmann, I will come put compression socks on you when you get diabetes from your shots.
Thank you.
I'll take better care of you than Princess Ivy Blue Moon.
For those of you at home not watching us on twitch.tv/GeeklyInc and who didn't hear me say it the other time, Mike Bachmann just did a shot of Reese's Pieces. which that's the dad life right there, if you ask me. Mm-hmm.
If you haven't done a shot of Reese's Pieces, you're not a dad.
Not
and
a
if
dad.
you have done one, you are a dad.
Yeah.
I'm so fucked up, but like on like a blood sugar level.
Really deep down in the soul. The blood sugar of the soul.
I can't wait till you crash after you're already at rock bottom. What's that gonna look
Okay,
like?
get worse.
He's gonna actively fall asleep during the podcast.
Like when you're on Ambien or something.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming to our podcast, even though you look like you're about to fall asleep and you have a little tiny itsy bitsy baby.
Hey, that's what you pay me for. So here I am.
Good point.
He's gotta get Amelia's if I just say your baby's name, is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just bleep it out.
Yeah, it's fine.
You gotta get Amelia's college fund started.
No, Amelia's not like I was gonna say for Amelia's college, and then I figured by the time she's old enough, Bernie Sanders will have made that shit free.
I'll fix it by then.
Yeah.
Come on, Bernie. Let's do it.
So I don't need to save for that, and I can buy Switch games instead.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Good call. And thank you to the other people for also being here, and
Why
for
not?
not having babies.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, always.
I kept my womb barren just for you.
'Cause really, that's the right move
empty.
for the podcast. If you ask me.
Tim and I are thinking about getting a cat, though.
Yes.
A cat?
Oh, you should.
Yes.
It's way easier than a dog.
No, but dogs are...
We can have this
Dogs snort
argument
in
later.
your microphone when you're trying to record a podcast.
Yeah, dogs
they're
either
adorable.
snort or stab you or die.
Stab you?
Die, which is very rude.
Cats never die, from what I understand.
That's true. They do live to be like 38.
Except some cats, they do live longer, and we keep on. Let's not talk about this. Hey guys, I found out
place.
GeeklyCon's happening. Did you guys know about that?
What?
Where is that
Yeah.
going to
I
happen?
thought that they would never let us do another one after
I
last
know.
year.
Yeah, I thought we were banned from every large city in the United States.
So we had to go to Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
The only town we're not banned from.
Yeah.
This year with air conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Did you know that 50% of the United States lives within 500 miles of Columbus, Ohio?
That is accurate.
Is it
I
real?
read that. I read that on a list of fun facts about Columbus,
Did you
Ohio.
read that in Uncle John's bathroom reader?
I missed those.
Aw, fuck. All right,
Oh,
Uncle John.
Bachmann, you have to get one now that you're a dad.
I'm a dad now. I need a bathroom reader, and I also need a gallon jug of Gatorade that I keep by my toilet for years on end.
Okay, I want to know the
Cool.
story behind that, but
We have a lot of role playing to do. Maybe
Yeah,
let's
we
hold
had-
out on that one for like a future episode.
Yeah. But November 1st, tickets will go on sale, and they will be for a limited time a little bit cheaper, so you should grab them right away. Get on that.
Get on
Because, who knows?
It's going to be great this year. Obviously, we're going to say that, but each year we get better, and each year we actually end up surprising ourselves with what Michael and Carly and all of our wonderful volunteers and helpers out plan for us. And this year there's so many extra things that we're able to do. But I say we just roll a d20 and keep on cracking unless there's anything else we want to talk about.
Do you
You
want to do
guys
it?
want to know something crazy real quick?
If it's about that Gatorade, yeah.
I have already booked my hotel room.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
the hotel room. The hotel
Who are you?
works. The website works this year.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
GeeklyCon first.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna know what to do with ourselves if things like actively aren't on fire. But
It's gonna be weird.
Really trick ourselves.
Yeah, everyone roll a d20 so we can find out what happened last week on our 5th edition real
Oh, I
play
haven't done
Dungeons
this in a while. I
and
forgot I need a
Dragons
d20.
podcast.
you weren't there last week, so you don't have to roll.
I think he does.
3.
Well, I have to roll eventually.
14.
Good point. Good point.
5.
Fuck.
I didn't actually listen to the words you said, but from Jennifer's reaction, I'm going to go ahead and say Jennifer. What happened last week on the Drunks and Dragons 5th edition actual play?
Award-winning.
Award-winning, actually.
Award-winning.
So last week we did something kind of wacky. Woo woo, and we went back in time. Flashback, baby.
We haven't done that 8 times.
It's crazy. It's
love
never
to
been done
flashback.
before. No one's ever thought of it. So we did a little flashback, and we got to see some behind the scenes with Ashiara Dane and some new character. Who is she? Her name's Rowan. She's very attractive and cool, and she's perfect.
Just everything I want to be.
Yeah, she's the number one cool character on this podcast, I think. So then, you know who else showed up? Someone who
Theon John Dane.
That's true. That is true.
Theon John Dane.
We got
yes.
to find out the name of Ashiara Dane's dad, and it's Theon John Dane.
We were waiting for it.
We were waiting with bated breath.
Michael wrote it down 4 years ago, of course, in the Demonomicon, I assume.
Yeah, and we just
Oh, yeah.
dropped that knowledge on you last week. We got to see a character who we missed very much, Harper. He's alive in the flashback.
He's alive in the past.
And yeah, Ashiara Dane has Rowan do a little bit of spy work to see if maybe this dude is like cool or not.
Yeah.
See if he's good enough.
Her half bastard sister. Like,
Yeah.
whatever that means. The thing I said last week.
Her natural sister.
Yeah, I don't.
Half bastard.
She's a half bastard. Don't ask questions.
That's fair.
So Harper
Yes.
and Jaela
Oh.
Yes.
and Rowan and our good friend whom name I don't remember,
Denton.
Denton,
I love
had
Denton.
to go have a little talk with a vampire.
I hope Denton's still around, Michael. And I know that Rowan didn't love him, but
Well, he was very rude. He kept muttering, and at first I thought that he was like muttering to me about other people, but he was like talking shit about me to my
Yeah.
face, which I did not like. And we met a vampire who was just, boy, he loved human flesh and
Yeah.
blood and playing jokes.
he was zany. He was fairly zany.
I
It was a
lo-
weird one.
I loved him very much, and I woke up the next morning still laughing about the is a vampire joke. Oh yeah, and we also got some a little glimpse into what's going down with Jaela during the 5-year gap, and that she's having some.
Oh, what is going on?
She's having some power problems.
Hey, you know what happens to everyone? That's what everyone is. Like, that's what I've heard.
It's
It
perfectly
happens
natural.
to everyone.
It's
and
normal.
then- yeah. It just takes a little longer for the power to get there, okay? But it's still there.
And if the power like summons itself too soon, that's not that big of a deal.
Right, yeah. It's just, you got to plan. And then sometimes my power lasts for hours on hours, and then we have to go. That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah. That's for adults. Harper tried to do diplomacy with this vampire, and Rowan was like, "This is very boring and it's taking way too long, and I would like to murder him with a lightning arrow."
Oh shit!
It turns out the vampire he's very bad. He had a cloak made of human skin,
Yeah, he wasn't very nice.
and so he really needed to go. So I think that's basically what we did. We killed a vampire. That's what happened last
That's
episode.
good.
When I thought back on it, we say this all the time, but it's like when you summarize what we do in but one episode, it's like, that didn't take an hour.
But somehow, every time... Tim just broke his hand on the table.
I wish Jaela was here to maybe fix me, maybe not.
I don't know if everyone at home listening right now can tell, but we are all in a very strange headspace tonight, which I feel like we do say about 50% of the time.
Yeah.
But this is like they all kind of came together this night.
Really.
And which is what you want.
I think we're all like catching it from each
Come
other
together.
too. We're feeding off of each other's weirdness.
Yeah, my spine feels weird.
Did you just break? Was it your funny bone, but in your hand, and now your spine's fucked up?
I'm like the cat that walks from Pacific Rim. New episode of Pope Zone coming out soon, baby.
That is true.
Oh, good. I mean,
Don't be afraid.
Don't
It's
worry,
good.
we'll put it on the host feed too, Michael.
oh,
You
excellent.
won't miss it.
Okay, well, so I believe we briefly talked out of game, which we try never to do,
No.
but sometimes we just have to. And so we briefly talked out of game, and we decided that y'all have taken your airship.
Dirty deeds
Which
done,
is-
dirt cheap.
Yes.
I think it's probably still says like Jet's toy on the side of it. or
No,
something.
it's been 2 weeks. You told us to be off air. That's been
Toy
2
Boy
weeks.
Jet.
Toy Boy Jet.
So one time I saw in like an Infinity, like the car, like one of those cars, and it had a license plate that said BMW toy. And I was like, motherfucker, you ain't got an Infinity and you couldn't even be bothered to change your fucking vanity plate.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
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 One time I was in an Infinity car and we went to the Twisty Treat to get ice creams, and I just watched the SNL sketch that was Infinity Toilet, and I told everyone in the car about that 4 times.
Did they like it?
They didn't like it, and then they weren't listening, and it made me mad.
But you got ice cream though.
I did
So
get
it's
ice
still a good story.
So anyway, so we y'all got to. So first you went to Tidtown in the airship, and I'm
know it.
assuming you got there just moments before Cheryl went into labor.
Oh yeah, of course.
Extremely fortuitous timing.
Moments before.
How did that go?
Well, we got there and she was like, "Hey, my Knoll water broke, I think." And how does like normal birth go? Because
Yeah.
Karen and I didn't get that, so I don't actually like have any insight into how these normally go. But this is what happens. She's like, "My Knoll water broke, and I'm going into Knoll labor." And here comes our Knoll baby.
And then old
And-
midwife came.
47 hours later, I was holding my baby. Steve was holding his baby Knoll. Girl, boy, what's its name? I just realized I haven't decided any of this stuff.
It's a surprise.
Is
Yeah.
it like with puppies where like the mom has to like lick all the gross shit off of it afterwards?
Absolutely.
Gross.
Well, it takes a village, so everybody gathers around.
Everyone gets a lick.
Yeah.
Did like
Oh my god, are all the Tidtown warriors there? Like as Boz and
Yeah,
Todd?
they're all in the room with the delivery, and you know it's just it's a beautiful thing.
did you ask Toby and Jaela and Aludra to lick your newborn baby?
Yeah, I think I would give them the option. You know, it's customary in the Melloncamp and in Tidtown for.
Do Knolls also have the thing where like no one ever talks about it, but when you're actually there, you don't realize that a thing that looks kind of like a deflated basketball comes out after the baby?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
what,
yeah,
what do you think the baby is held in?
It actually is literally a deflated basketball. It's weird. It says Wilson on the side of it.
And you keep it, and then you pump it back up, and you give that to the baby on their 5th birthday.
Oh, it's totally real. That's not just with Knowles. I can't wait till we give baby Amelia her placenta ball on the on her 16th birthday. Like, I want the car. It's like, no, this is what you get.
You use it well.
Use it well. Placentas are gross, and I don't like them.
I've seen
Yeah, well, who does?
placenta art in my Facebook timeline.
I've seen placenta with my eyeballs when I saw my sister-in-law give birth to my nephew. I turned around as a guy.
What is that?
What?
Yeah, it's not a great thing to behold.
It looks like the Mushroom Kingdom from the live-action Mario movie.
Real quick, I like that the 3 dudes on the podcast have all encountered placenta and the 2 women have not. Like,
And we're all deeply emotionally scarred by it.
I've watched a lot of things, and I hate, no offense, people with children. I don't like them.
Do you hate people with children?
I hate children.
No, I don't.
I hate parents.
No, I don't like children. I don't like kids. I don't know how to deal with them. I can't do it.
So,
But I'm fascinated
Same.
with pregnancy and childbirth.
so are you saying that Jaela would not lick the baby?
Jaela would do it as customary and as a longtime friend of the Mellencamp family.
Mm-hmm.
She would not hold the baby, but she would like lick it while Cheryl is holding it.
I would. Toby would not lick the baby. He'd be like, eh.
Aludra would steel herself with all of her queenly power to lick the baby, but she really, really hates it.
As
But you would not. But you don't. But you would not be able to tell it.
So
if we-
in this situation, Toby was right. It's not a real thing, and you guys got tricked into licking.
This isn't a thing. I read about it. The history of Knowles. She's fucking with
Steve
you.
is just like,
She was like,
like the bloody baby.
Jayla slaps Steve on his pinky dick.
Yeah, I'm into it.
well, shouldn't you roll, Aludra?
Should I roll to see if I keep my composure or not?
You have a +3. I assume it's some sort of saving throw. So.
Oh, shit.
Wonderful. Oh, I gotta go back.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I caught. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. How does a sweet 23 treat?
Damn, son.
Oh yeah.
Aludra's truly a queen now.
You
She
go
can
in
lick
for-
a bloody baby.
She goes in
and
for
she
seconds.
Looks like she loves it.
Coming back as if she drank strawberry milk.
Ah!
Okay, all right, let's move on. Oh boy. So what's Cheryl and the baby gonna do? What have they decided? What has Steve decided?
Yeah.
What's happening now?
Well, Steve's definitely decided that he wants to spend time with his baby girl, but he also doesn't want to leave his friends alone to fight this lich. So, por que no los dos? And I think the baby and Cheryl are going to come along.
That's what Bjorns are for.
Yeah. You Bjorn them both up.
Yeah, pick up Harper's Kipper Bjorn and go for it.
Yeah.
Where's
Kipper?
The D4C has got a nice little like nursery and
Yeah. Oh, and we kidded the shit out of the D4C.
Oh my god, it is so dope. It's like Trick My Ride. Remember that show?
Pimp my ride, but sure.
What? Okay, listen. You're correct.
Before we
hit
left,
my boat.
before we left Ghislaine, on Toby's birthday, he's now an adult. He's now a man. He's 40 years young. He his
We got him an over the hill cake
and he really razzed.
with like
Guys,
the
stop.
Grim Reaper.
I'm Toby now.
Oh, Toby!
And as a gift to him, the gnomes of Ghislaine, and as a thank you for saving Ghislaine, some of the finest artificers helped us kit out the Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap and make it switch over from Nariv Tech over to Drunk Rose.
Are you telling me this is like a duck boat?
What the
Is
fuck?
it-
Why would I? What part of any of the words I
Because
said
you're
to
tricking
you?
it out to like different texts. So like it used to like fly, but now it's like other stuff. So it's like you can go in the water and like on
Are you
the
talking about
road.
like a Wisconsin Dells, like the fucking ducks?
You two have a curse of the mind, and I feel very sad for both of you and the brain that exists within your heads.
Papa knows what I'm talking about.
This guy knows what
I
I'm talking
do.
about. Fucking duck boat. He totally said duck boat. Wow. That's one of the weirder things you've ever said to me.
Which one of the D's is duck?
Dirty Deeds Duck Sheep.
Oh, I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
Dirty
Ducks,
ducks done dirt cheap.
Dirty ducks done dirt cheap. Like, who's offering that service? I want to know.
Mom, I
So
said
that is
dirty
really-
deeds, not dirty ducks.
You guys got
So
a duck.
this is
that needs to be
actually the
fucked.
name of this airboat is
Dirty-
D4C.
Yeah.
Dirty
D4C.
Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Yeah, D4C.
Yes.
Dirt is a D5C.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. There's 4 Ds.
Dirty deeds
D4C.
done dirt Cheap.
Dirty.
Oh,
Dirty
okay.
deeds
Got it.
done dirt cheap.
It's very complicated.
Like a
Okay.
panic attack.
Great. All right. So, I mean, it's already a luxury airship since it was, very powerful jet razor.
Toy boy jet razors.
Yeah.
Does it have a room like specifically dedicated to thinking about your dad?
Isn't his dad still in there?
Oh, wait, no, is that where his dad was?
Yeah,
I thought you guys put him. No, I think you guys put him in your bag of holding at some point.
So he's still there.
Well,
What
I
about
think
the
we would
spooky
put him
bird?
in the datatorium?
Well, if you were missing him, we can bring him right on out.
Pop him out. What about that spooky bird? I think, in my headcanon, every room of this boat is completely done out, except for the room with the bird in it, because everyone's too afraid to go in there.
And we just chuck Jet's dad like really quick and
Sorry.
slam the door.
It's just the cockatrice room.
Yeah.
This is the cockatrice and sad dad room.
Did you say cockatrice?
The
This neighbor.
cockatrice.
If
Oh,
it makes
that's
eye
really
contact
sad.
with you, it'll fuck your wife. Consensually, because that's what it works.
That's what cuck
and you have to like it. And
Everyone has to like it.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's 2017. What
So
few joys do we have?
the dad is stone, right? Is that?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, so that would be why he doesn't get transported back to Nariv, correct?
I thought he maybe was dead, but it's all a haze.
He's back.
No, I think that it's better for us to have. You know how in like the new Star Trek rebooted movies, how like they always contact like the old Spock.
Yeah, you
know,
got to talk
help.
to old Spock.
Uh-huh.
It's just like that. We're gonna need this guy. Be like, hey, in your universe, have you encountered this? And he's like, no,
No,
because I'm a statue.
I've been a statue for a really long
And
time.
also he like says like vaguely disapproving things, like that he's disappointed in you, and you never feel good when you leave the conversation.
Like, you killed my son. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, more like it's just like, oh, like you're into playing the piano, like that's kind of embarrassing, like you know what I mean, things
Yeah.
like that.
You're the number one ugliest thing in this room.
I mean, I guess it's better than his previous existence, which was having to watch Jet masturbate every day.
Every day.
Multiple times
every
a day.
day.
You got to.
Yeah, sometimes he gets twice on Tuesday.
It's a clean pipes. This is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
We're
Fifth
giving,
edition.
we're
Fifth
giving
edition.
flavor.
Yeah, and in a lot
They
of
allow
this,
you to do that in 5th edition.
yeah.
Now.
Is there any sort of customization? So tell me about these customizations real quick
Dad
that
room.
you've had made to the D4C. Anyone?
Okay, Jaela has in her little area carved out a training room where she has just like a whole bunch of meat sack dummies that she will beat up. And then she has it was probably a broom closet. There's no lights or anything like that. It's just all black. A lot of stuff you would see towards the back of a Spencer's store. Black lights, posters with maybe like mushrooms on it or something like that.
Glow in the dark
And-
ones.
Big honking titties.
Yeah. And that's where she does her like goth emo angst activities and like praise to the Raven Queen and stuff like that.
Nice.
Toby would have kitted out a room to be the captain's quarters because he sees himself as the captain since he did commandeer the vehicle himself. So that thing's kitted out with a library, which is tastefully filled with a lot of books, but also room for growth. And he's going to be looking to increase the books in his library. He's looking forward to that. That's going to be a joy for him. On top of that, he will have Michael didn't say no, so his best bud Boris is along. He sees Boris as sort of the who's the fucking dude who's not the captain but just handles shit on the boat.
First mate?
First mate, yeah. He's the one that like
Castellan.
He's your
Sure.
Smee.
He's my shmee, exactly. He has his own little room off the side of mine. He makes sure shit gets done when we make sure all the ropes and the engines and all things like that. There's probably a few more other folks.
It's
on
called
the
the
boat.
dick.
Yeah.
Get these done.
Well, he makes sure someone does it. Yeah, for sure. But he might do it himself.
Trust this guy.
Because he
His
enjoys
voice sounds-
adventure. Toby also installs or turns a section into his lab, which he definitely shares with Steve. So for potions and various artificeries to practice magic and things of that nature. And it has a very custom section that Steve suggested.
Steve has, of course we already mentioned the nursery and quarters for his lovely wife and baby nondescript Noel. We haven't decided on yet.
Maybe you don't name them until they're 2 or something.
Yeah.
Well, right. It's because it's kind of like there's not a super great survival rate for Null babies, so
Plus
you
you
don't want
can't
to get too
tell
attached.
Yeah.
Right, you just number the Null babies,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of weird actually. This is a weird case because usually Nulls come in litters, and she only had one.
Oh, it absorbed the rest in the womb.
Yeah, it absorbed the rest.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a very
super
unusual
baby.
case.
It's the downside of being frozen for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. But also, as you guys know, when Nareev disappeared, tons of I coerced Michael into saying that tons of body parts rained down from the sky, and Steve collected all the best ones, and he needs a place to store those, and that's he has a meat locker, both as a functional place to store his body parts, and as a tribute to his old buddy Tom.
Oh, nice.
So nice.
That'd be dope.
That sounds great.
Aludra, I would say, like, in addition to Jaela's training room, like within that same room where the meat dummies are, there are so many different kinds of weights. There's really solid, nice squat rack. She's got her dumbbells. She's got her kettlebells.
Yeah.
She's got
There's Smith machines.
you got them all.
Anything.
She's got one of those things, the sleds that you can like drag it or you push it.
Yeah.
She's got a really big tire that she can flip.
Let's say behind the forecastle, so to speak, you guys have your outdoor workout zone.
And there's a rock climbing wall.
Yeah, on the back of the forecastle. So there's like
And there's one of those big grills for the burrito. You like
Oh
to
my
have
God.
a Chipotle.
The biggest George Foreman grill you've ever seen.
We have to have like a special cantina area that is just like a Chipotle style kind
like a
of
burrito
place.
bar.
Yeah.
yeah, we've now made the airship too big to fly, and that's a shame.
It is too heavy because Aludra put too many weights in it.
Aludra, thank you for these cool gifts. I thought you were leaving us though.
Oh, well, if I am, but like, what if I need to come on a visit to you guys?
Okay, just
like,
take the grill.
I mean,
but
Toby, she's gonna come back.
Sure, just take the grill.
I know how much you love burritos, though, Toby, and
I do. They're very tasty.
and Jaela can still make them for you if I leave the grill here.
Yeah, but the grill's very, very big.
You know what?
Toby, you can't take any of Eludra's stuff away.
What?
I have a good idea. I'll take the queen size grill with me.
Okay.
And I'll get you guys a travel grill.
Sure.
I'll
Perfect.
have them commission it. I'll have my people commission
Thank you.
travel grill for you.
So we drop Aludra off, and then we let the...
That's it? Bye, bitch.
Deuces.
No, sir.
We
Toby's
went by.
ready to go. He's
No. We drop
definitely
Aludra off, and we meet with the dwarves, and I assume the dwarves also trick out our ride, as Jennifer would say, the show that she definitely thinks exists. Yo, you like airships?
Trick my duck boat.
It's not, and they try to make a duck boat. I'm like, what are you doing? It is not a duck boat. Those things kill motorcyclists every day. No, stop it.
Wait, why are they?
Because they can't fucking see. And the people are too busy cracking wise, and they run over motorcycles and they die.
So it does
every
definitely
day.
take like a couple weeks to fly from Tidtown all the way to
Yeah.
Deep Home.
See,
Just
that's why I
FYI.
need my weights between times.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. We just have to have
I
river
think-
brewing.
I think the White Tower Artificers have done some special magic to make this boat a little bit bigger on the inside.
It's like it's
Okay,
like a bag of
so
holding
yeah,
situation.
yeah. Or
Those
like
Harry
a-
Potter tins.
A jerkyard, if you will. It's like,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. Each room is sort of like enchanted that it's like 1.5 times the size as it should be. I love it. Maybe it's a little faster, Michael. Maybe they dropped a little Senzu bean in there, so to speak.
I don't know what that is.
It's not what they
to know
do.
What if we like incorporated the chum dumpster into it? I don't know. Let's not
Chum
get into
guzzler?
What I say?
Chub does.
Oh,
it's almost like a shuttle. Like we can fly down
Panther?
into the ocean and drop out. Like out of the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
Now we are a duck
Ooh.
boat if we do that, and I'm against.
Well,
that.
you do have
No,
your
no, no.
griffins as well, right? I mean,
Oh,
there
do they
must
have
be
a place
a
where
stable
they can
for your
stay?
griffins. You gotta have
Yeah.
a stable.
Man, this thing is not that big.
Can it be like a trailer in the back for the griffin?
Can we just have a teardrop trailer just hanging off the back of it?
Okay, have you guys? Who of you have played World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so World of Warcraft has newer airships. So they have like the Zeppelins, right?
Yes.
And then they eventually get these fucking big ones.
Yes.
Called like I think like the Lion's Pride. I forget what they're called. They all die, but they're big. But also they're not that big. So how big we talking? Like
That seems good.
Okay. Like they have like areas for like griffins essentially to land. They
It's
have,
like a Noah's Ark.
whew, that's
That's
really
the
fucking
Noah's
big.
Ark is very big, though.
How many hectares is that?
Okay, maybe not quite to that scale.
How many talents did it cost us to build this?
Yeah. Oh, my
Jesus. 2x2 of
my
the.
sexy sons-in-laws, help me build my boat.
Everybody just begatting everybody.
You guys are gonna fucking see my boner, and then you're gonna reintroduce sin into the world. That's a Bible joke, and that's how sin got
Y'all
back in
like
the world.
that
Did you
shit?
guys know that? Did you guys know that's how that sin got back in the world? They saw
What?
They
A
saw Noah's
sexy
on.
son-in-law saw a boner.
yeah, they
saw
saw his
nose
butt.
gross all butt.
His butt and balls and shit. Noah's all nude and drunk, and then his rude son saw it, and then God's like, "Oh, you guys fucked up again, idiots! Come on!"
They literally just destroyed everybody on this fucking earth.
Now-
And then you
And
gotta
then
go look at
Noah
your
summoned
dad's
the bear
balls.
who killed
Yeah.
42 of their number.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I googled fantasy airship, and all of these look awesome.
I want to Google it.
These are awesome.
How many of them are Final Fantasy airships?
Can we have a tiny house attached to the back?
What?
A tiny house.
Tiny house.
That's where
Yeah.
me and Jaela live.
You don't live there. You got to get out.
Oh,
We,
Luna
we
hasn't
don't
gone
even
back
we don't even
inside.
land. We just drop Aludra out of a hatch in the bottom.
No.
No.
No, Ludra's like we're like parked outside of Depot, but Ludra has not gone inside yet.
Yeah, you're essentially BoJack Horseman living in his boat,
Yes.
and all that entails. So yeah, I'm sure there's 48% of things about our airship that we haven't figured out yet, and then when the time comes and we're like, oh, this would be interesting to do,
Yeah.
we'll do it.
I desperately hope that somebody is drawing this right now as we speak, and then they're going to show it to us, and then we'll just be like, "Oh, yeah,
No,
that's it."
That's
definitely
it.
it.
That's it.
Yeah, because I know that we said Zerd's submarine was like the life aquatic boat,
Yeah.
so I figure it's akin to that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
something.
But in the
similar.
air.
But in the air, and more.
in the air, in the
cool
water,
looking.
on the land.
I'm thinking
It could go anywhere.
I'm thinking either the Final Fantasy IX airship or the Final Fantasy VII airship.
I'm thinking
Why
like,
not the 12?
the Goodyear blimp.
12 has a fuck ton of airships. Wait, no, which one am I thinking of?
Which
yeah,
is
all
man.
fine.
yeah, that's that one. I forget what that one looks like, but that's
This
like all
episode,
airships.
we designed an airship for an hour.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
If you guys
fun
can't
ep.
appreciate our architecture and our style, then
Listen,
why are
if,
you even here?
for anyone who's listened to enough of our episodes, knows that we love to get on our bullshit when we talk about setting up empires, shopping.
You just get really excited.
Yeah, and from my understanding, people also love to do that in their campaigns. Not everyone likes to listen
if
to it,
I
but they
get
can at least
the-
chuckle as long as we don't do it
If
consistently.
I get the chance to trick my boat, I gotta trick my
You gotta
boat.
trick your boat like that TV show, Trick
So
My Boat.
I'm assuming that you've got some people come in and they definitely install a dwarvish bar.
Of course,
Like
that's my
you
gift.
definitely need
That's
that.
my party
Yeah.
gift to you guys,
Yeah.
along with the travel size George Foreman grill.
You have the best, some of the best smiths in the land. We just gotta, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Anything else anything?
Cannons
Cannons.
in a big
Oh, yeah,
grappling hook.
Oh, now grab
we have a trebuchet?
Episode 12, I said cannons didn't exist, so I'm going to
Okay.
stick with that.
I have
That's
an
why-
idea.
that's
It's
why
like a
Ludra's
burrito, but
cannon.
filled with gunpowder.
I love it.
What the fuck is a cannon?
You could definitely have like as many grappling hooks as you want.
Bapperson says some boat nuts hanging off the back, and I find that offensive.
I
too far.
hate those. I will
far
cut them
back,
off the back of the boat.
Too
I
far.
want to whisper to Jaela and Steve. Hey, Jaela and Steve, I'm whispering to you.
Hey, Toby.
Hey,
I'm listening.
thanks again for
doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear.
Stop it! Stop! You guys have to stop. You have to
No,
stop.
we've got
I've
another.
asked you
We have another
nicely.
18 seconds.
I've asked you nicely. My boat, my rules. Please, please. I don't ask for that much. Please.
Toby, are you okay? What's
Fine.
Are you gonna handle it?
I just thought you were gonna start treating me like one of the guys, and now you've been doing this weird whisper thing for the past 8 days. I hate it. It sucks.
Toby, don't
Constantly
you
have that
understand?
bass line playing in the background.
What?
Toby, this is how we treat one of the group.
Really?
You are one of us.
Oh, cool. All right. Anyway, then I love it. Anyways, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we commissioned the bust of Aludra to be on the front of the boat, and it could be like her hammer in the front? And
Can we
be
have
cool?
it? Can she be wearing a low cut?
Well, traditional mariners would say a bare-chested
That's
lady
better.
would be more, but I don't really ascribe to all that nonsense. I guess if you...
Oh no, you're right. We should
I'll let...
stick to tradition.
Well, okay, sure, but as long as Aludra's okay with it.
I heard my name over here.
How?
Please don't
Please
talk about
whisper
something
me. Jayla has a question she wants to ask you. Is her idea?
Oh, of course.
Okay, apparently, according to mariner law, which I know you used to be on a boat,
I have spent some time on a boat.
we should put your bust on the front and you should be topless. Maybe a burrito sticking out the top as a good homage to you.
That's a little on the nose, I think.
You know what? I'll do it.
Well, no, we wouldn't put the burrito on the nose.
Yeah.
No.
No, it goes between.
What if we hit a subtle burrito the way that they put a Darth Vader on the National Chapel or whatever it's called?
What if, a hammer in one hand and a burrito in the other?
Like a very the hammer's like pointed forward and the burrito's like back
what if
behind
the
your head?
burrito's like on your side and when
like it's in a holster.
Well, I was gonna say if yes, in your famous burrito hostel. But what I was gonna say was if we had to talk to someone and they're like, oh cool, and then we could say it's a scroll, but we would know it's a scroll filled with beans. Which is what a burrito is. And again, a cannon is like a scroll filled with beans, but instead, gunpowder.
Toby, you keep talking about this canon stuff, and I just that sounds like foolishness.
I'm going to invent this.
Toby, I really would like it if you would just carry around a scroll filled with beans. Could you do that?
It's a burrito. Wait.
No, but just a scroll filled with beans, please.
A paper scroll.
You must be our new Aludra.
Is this a... Wow. Yeah.
Toby, I love your idea. Secret burrito scroll. And you know what? I'm a queen, and I'm okay with my titties being out. You know what? It's all right.
Because you're a queen.
Just paper mache them up and to get the size and shape of them correct, I guess.
I got it from memory.
Yes, you do.
Stone shape it.
Stone shape my titties. But it's not stone. It's usually made from wood.
Wood shape.
With like a lacquer or something.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I love it.
All right, you guys do that. You do see Bucky and Daisy are here, and because they live here, and at Deep Home, and you do also see in the port. You do see the Chum Guzzler is here as well. So
I miss it so much.
Has Toby ever seen the Chum Guzzler?
I don't know.
I don't think he has.
Oh my god, it's a Chum
No,
Guzzler.
he's only seen the ledger from the trading routes that he does.
Toby,
Can I touch it?
yeah, of course.
Is the famous Roz on it?
She's here.
Is Winston on there? Oh my.
I'm out here.
Oh my god.
Did someone
Say the thing, say the thing,
Did someone say Winston?
say the thing.
I think he wants you to say that you're a simple boatman.
I'm just a simple boatman captain.
Toby passes out. And I'm gonna get my drink.
He hasn't even gotten to meet Roz yet. Aw, he's so cute.
If you were to need another deckhand on that fancy ship, I could help you. If you wanted. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Please come with us.
yeah, Winston. It would make me feel so much better to know that you were there on, protecting Jaela and Toby and Steve and little baby Steve too. And
Or Savina.
All right then. I'll come along if you want me to.
Winston, do you know how to pilot an Arabian airship?
It can't be that hard. I'd say.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, we figured out how to fly it.
Well, if you're confident.
I'm just a simple flying boat man. Mhm.
Oh man, Winston, do you have any family, like sisters?
The sea is my wife.
Mm.
That's it.
Well, I
I
wish
woke
you...
up.
Well, Toby, you really missed it. Winston here has let us know a big piece of news, and that's the sea is his wife.
What? Cool.
I wish you many happy years together.
Wait,
and I'm sorry to be taking you away from her by making you take to the air in this
Is
airship.
Winston gonna be the?
I can make the sky my wife.
Wow, 2 wives.
Uh-huh.
My goodness.
He's gonna. Can you? It's my ship, but you can pilot it. And, oh my god, I'm so honored.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, has Toby met Bucky?
No,
Was that Tim or Buck or Toby?
no, yet, and I haven't met Roz yet.
Let's have a whole episode of like NPCs that Michael voices meeting
Yeah.
each other.
Has Tim met Bercy Hammy Hands?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine since we're here at Deep Palm, like, we would have, like, a big feast.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Oh,
gonna,
yeah.
like, welcome you back.
And as you told us, like this arc is going to be a little more quote unquote focused. So we kind of got to get our bullshit out of the way because before
Because we'll definitely not be doing bullshit in the next
the only
episode.
voices you're going to do is like a friggin' cursed root is cussing at you. Like, I don't know really how we're going to riff on this, but we'll have fun. Anyways, I want to talk to Ross.
I don't know if Roz is
Could
Oh,
there.
not have presented our next few episodes in a more exciting way.
A boring cussing root.
I think it sounds riveting.
I like
I guess Roz
Like,
could
you like
be there.
this? Stick around for our next episodes, which won't be anything like this.
Where would Roz be then?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I would like to introduce Toby to Bucky, though. I need to say hello to Bucky.
Roz is probably figuring out how to bring Harper back.
Probably.
Why would she do that? She already stabbed him in the back.
They're loyal to each other now after the 5-year back. I mean, whoops, after the 5-year gap.
Hey, Mom.
Bucky! Oh! Aludra gives him a big hug.
Oh, come on.
Oh my gosh, you look even taller than the last time I saw
Please
you.
stop hugging me in front of everyone. You're embarrassing me in front of Daisy.
Okay, I'll hug you later when there's someone else around. Bucky, there's someone I want you to meet. This is Toby.
Hello, my name is Toby Treacletart. I helped save the Earth. And he sticks out his gnome hand to get shook by the extremely tall, lanky Buckster. And he's doing his best to look good.
Hi. Are you my age or?
Kind of. Well, how old are you, little boy?
I think I'm like 16 something, 17. I don't know.
Well, in Gith years, you're a little younger than me, because I'm 40 in gnome years. So I'm a man now.
Toby's an adult.
Yeah. So we're similar aged.
I was gonna show you my magic cards, but if you don't want to see them, that's fine.
No, I don't want to see magic cards so bad. I'm just turned to be an adult.
All right, come on.
Okay,
Show me your
bye.
room.
Best friends.
And when you say magic cards, you mean Magic the Gathering, right?
This is my Addison.
These are my Pokemons.
Bucky's a magician in his room.
Is this your card? As you can see, I'm not wearing sleeves.
I really like the idea of a magician in like Drunk Rose doing all the traditional magic
Yeah.
card
He's
tricks,
pulling, like,
but it's
the-
real magic.
The like
Just
ribbons
like-
out.
Yeah. These rings have no holes. And then Toby's like, I'm gonna create me. Look at this. Oh yeah, Toby 2 is also on the boat.
Oh no.
He just kept like in a closet.
No. Toby, he
I imagine
shares.
him just in the crow's nest, just like watching.
Toby has set up an amazing room for him, or like the amazing second part of his room for Toby 2. But yes, Toby 2 only hangs out in the crow's nest, and it makes Toby 1 very upset. He's like, well, it's like a horny wife to a video game husband. Well, going to bed. It's 10:15, and I'm not tired, and I'm going to bed. Oh, you're gonna kill more orcs?
A video game husband is a video game husband somebody
really pointed.
Can't you
is a
bring
video
starting
game
bed?
husband somebody who plays video games, or like a husband in a video game?
Yes.
Either.
Either.
It's like, well, Nathan Drake, I'm going to bed.
All right, brain crash Bandicoot.
No, that's whenever you leave the video game on.
Oh my.
Then you take my joystick.
So y'all have a great big feast. Everything's great.
Toby
and-
drinks now. And he,
Oh,
He drinks now?
did he get
The
drunk?
man?
yeah, he's a little, he weighs like 40 pounds or something like that. Let me scroll up.
So small. He's the
Um,
size of like a medium-sized dog.
He weighs 37 pounds.
Oh my god.
He's the size of a kid.
Oh my god, cool. Size of kid. I can't
He's
believe it.
3'1".
Wow.
Actually, no, he's 3'2" right now. He grew an inch.
Can we pick him up? I want to pick him up.
Yeah, he
So Bucky definitely tried to get you to smoke cigarettes. when you were in
Oh
his
man.
room.
I do it because I want Bucky to think I'm cool, for sure.
Yeah, Bucky is still
Bucky does think you're cool.
like
Sorry. Go ahead, Bachmann.
Huh?
I talked right over you.
I said I said what I wanted to say. I said the Oh, it's fine.
He's already
No,
no secret.
I said that Bucky is still like famous to Toby, so he would definitely still want to impress him.
Yeah.
Even-
Yeah.
I do love that weird thing that sometimes happens where it's like cooler, younger kid who the older kid is just like following around. And I imagine that happens a lot. And Toby and Bucky, they're best friends. And, Bucky is the best Bucky when Toby's around.
Oh.
And these 4.5 days have been great. Toby even maybe flirted with a dwarf.
What?
And tried to be a wingman for Bucky at a few of
During-
these parties.
During the feast, Steve definitely like silently snuck up behind Toby. It was like, "You got a sexy ass body." See yourself.
Toby jumps 3 feet 2 inches in the sky and goes,
Yell!
right as he's talking to a very nice dwarf lady who is a noble, a lady in waiting, so to speak.
She's like my third cousin.
She's Baldur's niece or something.
Yeah.
She has a majestic beard.
No, Michael, remember we've talked about this
Oh, right.
for 6 years.
Harrys.com.
Thanks, Harry's.
Okay, so you guys have feats, everything's great, and now it is time to move on.
No.
No. I don't
Yeah,
want
it's
to
time
go.
to go. It's time to say goodbye to Aludra.
No.
Aludra has been doing the thing for the past few days where she's been very successfully not thinking about the fact that everyone's leaving. Not just that everyone's leaving, but also that she's going to be left alone to be in charge. And that she said that she would do this. This is not. This is the thing she decided to do, not that was pushed on her. So she has to deal with that. But now that everyone's like actually getting ready to leave, she's struggling a little bit. Yeah.
I feel anxiety in real life, dude. And I really don't like that.
Playing Harper last week definitely made this worse because Harper was so much fun to play, and it was what was like slipping into an old glove or whatever the phrase is, and it was like it was the first time I ever thought about trying to figure out some bullshit to bring him back. Like I was always super against that, but like having Aludra, the porthole at the side of the Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap with a picture of Aludra getting smaller and smaller. I wasn't prepared for it.
Right now, Bucky is in his room showing Toby Tom's petrified tail and the hilt of Blood Drinker.
Toby's he cannot make a single fully fleshed out sentence. Toby also is he'll be spending his time learning magics from Steve and trying to figure out how to do enlarge. And while he's in Deep Home, he wants to continue his quest to find the Tome of Knowledge or whatever it's called. But he has to hide that from Bucky because he wants to smoke cigarettes and look at broken knives and skeletons when he's with Bucky. Oh wow, that's Tom's tale. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal, but if I could touch it, I mean, that wouldn't be. Actually.
So what are so I think Aludra and Jaela are probably alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Let's
it's
see.
time.
Like, are they like maybe like on a little balcony? Like, because it wasn't like Deep Home was like kind of like
this
open
is-
inside, right?
This could so be a Star Wars prequel moment where
Your skin so soft.
I hate mushrooms. They're so glowy.
There's a big like cavernous area with like glowing mushrooms and up on the top that look like
we have to go
stars.
there.
We have to go there. I'm getting actually really sad right now.
I know, I really am. I have like tears in my eyes. I'm like so sad. I'm so sad.
And the whole city is kind of built in that giant cavern, so it looks like it's got like a day-night cycle and stuff like that.
So we're like walking.
I don't want to do this.
All right, thanks everybody. And
And fade to black.
let's Sopranos this
Yo,
shit.
I've lost tons of characters. This ain't bad.
I know, but I was
Dead.
But that was your idea.
well, and
I guess
like,
this is hers too.
I don't know. This is sappy. So like, I felt really sad whenever Tom died because that was like, Tom was a character that I listened to, and then whenever Harper died, I felt so bad afterwards, and for days afterwards, I had such bad anxiety because of Harper's death. And now, literally, so it's like all of the people too that like I listened to are now.
Well,
Oh.
Aludra's not dead.
I'm not dead.
No,
I'm
she's
just-
not dead, but
I mean, you know.
Jennifer just wanted to play another character. So
Yeah.
right. No, I get it. I
and
get
it's
it.
better
I
for
get
all
it.
of us that Aludra doesn't die. And she'll probably
Yes.
come back at some point.
I'll never die,
And you'll never die.
including me, Jennifer. I will never die. So Aludra just kind of like looks at Jaela and she's like, "I'm so proud of you."
Oh no! Oh
I'm muting my microphone because I don't want to make you say this.
no! This is so bad. I'm gonna cry.
It's like, seriously, getting to know you has been such a privilege for me. It's been so incredible. This whole crazy time that we've been together. Like, how did this even happen? I never in a million years imagined that my life would be like this. And I'm really sad that I can't go with you on this journey, but I think that I'm finally ready now because of the help that you've given me and all of you. I can now actually be a responsible person, and I think that I can do this. I think I can be a good leader, and I completely understand that you need to do this, and I have full faith in you. I'm gonna miss you a lot, but and Luder's just kind of starts to like blubber, crying.
Oh, in my head, this was gonna be a lot easier to say. But I came here with one purpose, and whenever it didn't happen, I know things were rough, and I felt kind of lost. But I should have just realized that you were my home, you were my heart, you've grounded me for all these years, and I could never have aspired to meet the people or do the things that I did without you. And I know that we're going to be apart for a little bit, but we'll be together soon. And I know that you will be the most wonderful queen that Deep Home has ever had and will ever have. And if I have any say in it, you will never die and you will be here forever. And I cherish you and I love you.
Aludra jumps up and does like a monkey clasp onto Jaela, and she's like crying into her neck.
I'm just crying. Oh man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like so
Yo, y'all gotta stop.
emotional.
Yeah, I think we gotta fade away now. It's
Yeah.
too sad.
So
I don't know. I think we
Okay.
have like 8 more minutes if you guys could just.
Yeah,
Chill out, just buffer,
See.
just buffer.
And then Toby walks in like, "Oh, I'm holding too many oranges."
I was gonna say, like, every time Jaela and Aludra have like gone off somewhere by themselves, I have always missed them saying that, and then I always just insert myself in the picture. So I'm like, I just gotta mute. I can't.
Meanwhile, Steve and Toby are on their own submission.
Intensely scissoring. Oh wait.
Oh boy. There's the banana box factory is out for more blood. There's 14 banana boxes hanging above. 13 of those shining stars above aren't mushrooms, they're banana boxes. And we make sure they don't crush. And as soon as Aludra monkey clasp, we monkey clasp a banana box. And isn't that sad too? Equally, right?
Damn.
Well, everyone gets on the boat, the big flying boat, and it takes off and flies away into the sunset, and we see a silhouette of Aludra standing out on the dock all by herself.
And her titties on the edge of the boat, leading the way away.
And that's where we'll end our episode.
Christ.
Da, da, da.
Mamma mia.
Everyone loves to
All right,
cry in our beautiful comedy podcast.
That was great, though. It was very
Talk
nice.
about other games.
What?
And during Nika's outro, when you're finished saying goodbye to your one true love.
Oh no, I already wrote it. It's a happy one.
Okay.
She did it ahead of time.
Well, hopefully...
Timothy,
Yes.
we have feedback.
We do have feedback.
We
Thank
do.
you again, everyone, so much for, let me just wipe my eyes for no apparent reason, allergy season. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the feedback. Last week we had a ton because we were busy, but this week I'm going to try to read as much as I can. Of course, this is the feedback section, so as we always say, just like Comedy Bang Bang, don't fast forward to this part.
You
It's
want to
everyone-
listen to the episode too.
Yes, exactly. So here we go. Chaotic Rooster from the United States says, for future self, dark past, is that still a thing? I stumbled upon this podcast not too long ago, and I'm already on episode 123.
Wow.
There have been multiple occasions where I was pulling my hair out, but all in all, I've had way more laughs and enjoyment, especially when Nika joined. I hear this being read by one of them assholes when I catch up. You guys
Got
are
it,
awesome.
dude.
Hey, friggin' Turnpike. Tyrese34 says, makes work bearable. A wonderful actual play podcast with a great group of players and a truly phenomenal DM. I'm on episode 117 and have been loving it. The chemistry they all have together is one that every group should strive for. It can be a bit goofy, so those looking for a serious podcast can turn back now. But if you want some laughs and a good time, here you go. Also, shout out to Nika for at least living in Como. I am a Colombia native myself and think it's crazy that I lived in the same town as you. Nika's 2 for 2. I don't care for it. T Bundy 5. A Cowadunga podcast. A friend suggested I check this podcast out after he and I began writing our own tabletop RPG almost 2 years ago. I finally started listening in May and caught up about a month ago. I've loved every moment of the many hours of hilarity you've provided in these mostly unfunny times. You've made me into a more thoughtful DM and game designer. You'll inspire me to keep going. And I'm so thankful for your enduring commitment to this podcast, which I'm sure isn't as fun for you as consistently as it is for the listeners. May your quest log always be filled. Pat Edwards says, hey buddies, so I had a minor medical thingy this morning that required some anesthesia, and now I'm just sort of hanging around the house waiting for the mental fog to clear and listening to podcasts. Then it dawned on me that I...
space tripping.
Yeah, so I was like...
Oh, hey, bud.
Yeah, our good friend Pat Edwards. Then it dawned on me that I've never dropped a 5-star review here. Disclaimer, I'm loopy as heck right now. After coming out of the anesthesia, I tried to hit on my own wife by asking if I could buy her a donut.
Did it work?
Did it work?
I mean, that's a good way to hit on somebody, honestly.
Well, here goes the actual review. This podcast is truly a delightful treat for the ear holes. All the cool kids are listening to it. You should listen to it if you want to be cool. You do want to be cool, right? Peer pressure. You see the subscriber button? Yeah, that's the one. Just give it a little click. Just a little one. One clickety-click. Clickety-click. You can do it. I believe in you.
Just one click. Don't click 2 times.
Click it an even or an odd number of times.
Odd number of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm sure I won't regret this at all once I'm completely lucid. XOXO Patrick Edwards.
I personally enjoyed it a lot.
That could have been a lot worse.
That was great.
All things
Like, if that's how you're loopy, then that's good.
boy. Shy, Tet, Dar.
Oh my...
Lig
What?
Trating System says,
Wow.
Godal from Denmark. Keeping it dicey over here. Zombie
no.
Crusher 224.
Oh, no.
I don't know that this is a good idea.
I'm gonna copy and paste you what their name was, and I think I crushed it. I think everything I did was art. If you weren't crying before, after me hearing me pronounce that,
Normally,
I think correct.
I am constantly dogging on Tim for not pronouncing things good, but buddy, I have no idea.
Yes. Zombie Crusher 224 says, a new fan. I've just started listening about 3 weeks ago. I listened while I work usually. This is probably one of my new favorite podcasts, and it has gotten me thinking about wanting to play D&D with some friends. P.S. When I think of Tom the Dragonborn, I image a cartoonish type of dragon, similar to something like a young Puff the Magical Dragon. I hope I hear y'all read out my review one day when I finally catch up. Keep up the fantastic work.
Today's your day, pal.
22V says, great, I love cheese. Baron Dookie says, dragons for drunks? As close to an OG slabber as one can be. Came in 5 episodes too late. And I continue to enjoy the evolution of the show. Thrifty nerd cough. I mean, Michael always brings his A-game. Always brings his A-game. And everyone's progression makes this show worth a listen from beginning to end and beyond. Thanks, guys, for endless hours of fun. And for my close neighbors to the south, Bachmann and Nika. Keep making us Midwesterners proud. Mr. Frodo27 from the United States says, 59, dude. Holy Uthgar, this podcast is hilarious. Only started a month ago, and I'm already on episode 59, dude. Each episode makes me laugh more and more. Michael Thrifty Nerd DiMauro creates a perfect balance of battle, skill checks, and role-playing. Plus, you're sure to get Dragon Boner every time you hear the sweet, sexy honey of Araz's voice. Tim Lanning and Mike Bachmann make me laugh until my pants fall off in the middle of work, and Jennifer Chi keeps the balance of being smart, level-headed, and failing enough roles for the entire group. Seriously, this podcast gets 2 thumbs and a boner up. P.S. A part I had to play back over and over again that made me laugh and laugh and laugh was when Mike and Tim both at the same time started to say, if I had a nickel every time, when Thrifty described the situation of being brought into the back of a creepy old man's bedroom. Please don't ever stop. Your friend and ally Austin, Mr. Frodo27, Ray and Whisper. On the When You Hear Ciphers. We actually should probably edit that part of the podcast out for future episodes. 268-2904 from Canada says, great podcast. G'day, mates. G'day, mates. Justin from Canada says, here to say that I'm a slabber and that the cast is also mostly just Throfty, though he's the man.
And then it says, Tim, stop, hear God, Jesus, in really big letters.
It does say that. It does say that.
Thank you, everybody. If you want to get in touch with us, we're on Twitter at GeeklyInc or at D&D Podcast. I'm at Thrifty Nerd.
I'm at Tim Lanning.
I'm at Jennifer Cheek.
I'm at Nika_Howard.
I'm at the Mike Bachmann.
Didn't get your fill of action and adventure in this episode of Drunks and Dragons? Well, make sure to head over to GeeklyInc.com where you can find other thrilling podcasts, the hottest nerd news, fan art to make you blush, and gear to level up your adventuring quest. When you've finished tricking out your duck boat, head on over to iTunes to leave us a 5-star rating and review. Also, don't forget to head over to patreon.com/DND podcast where you can donate a monthly amount to help us make this podcast better with each episode. New episodes come out every Monday, so go subscribe, get your quest log filled, and get ready for things to get dicey.
Yay, thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, keep it dicey. And stop and export.
Stirp. Export.
That was the best episode we've ever done.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Guys.
I like how we were like, oh, we're doing bullshit garbage, but then at the end,
And then shit got real.
we really tricked them.
Sewed.
Like, haha, our fucking boat. Let's trick out our boat.
How many rugs should we have?
235, right?
235.
235, yes.
I would like to have a room that's like, you know, whenever you see some of the like rock stars and they go and do settings or whatever, and they just have a room and there's rugs everywhere and scarves. That's what I want.
Yeah. A luxurious rug room.
I want a room like Pink and her BMX boyfriend had, which is a room
They're
they
still
would
together. Corey Hart.
Corey Hart. They would always, or whenever they had a party and someone passed out, they would put them in this room. All it was a bed with white linens hanging from the ceiling in chains, and the walls were covered in blood. And then, like, why'd you do this? And things like that. So, like, they would, I don't know if they ever did it, but, like, that was my favorite episode of MTV Cribs.
Really funny.
My God.
And it will stick with me forever.
I want to do that.
I was like, that's like,
That's what you do with a bunch of money.
yeah, that's the best shit.
Wow.
God. We have a spare room.
There you go. Blood
What
proof.
is a spare Remember that?
A spare
Tumnus. Spare, well, Sandra from Spare I don't know her name.
Is that
Sandra?
Lucy?
Lucy from Spare I'm Professor Xavier.
You don't know shit about Narnia.
I'm gonna curve this bullet.
That's Angelina Jolie.
No,
That's
I eventually learned how to do it was it Morgan Freeman
Is
kills
this Tumnus
Carmen?
still? Yeah, you a little goat man?
No, it's just what's his nuts when he's all of his characters.
Oh, that guy.
What's his name?
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Mr. Tumnus.
Mr. Tumnus. Nice job, everyone. I'll give you a hug. Mwah.
Thanks.
That was so good.
See, we had to be real goofy to begin with so we could channel ourselves.
Get
I'm
ready for
actually,
it.
like, literally, I came home and I was, like, not in a great mood and I felt really sad. And so Danny and I hung out a little bit. And then I think, like, all of the emotions that I had earlier just needed to come out.
There you go. Just,
So it worked.
Yeah,
just get it out.
I guess I'll delete this. You guys are kicked off the podcast email. Excuse me, archive it. I'm using Gmail.
Save it as a draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, in case you need it later, in case you do some other bullshit that deserves getting kicked off, which will happen probably in the next episode. When I call it our ship a duck boat again. Tim's ignoring me.
I didn't like that. That was very weird of you. I hope you know that.
Literally everything I do is weird.
Bedtime?
Oh, Mamma Mia.
Almost, but not quite.
Oh, come on. Come on. I want to use the dad portal.
Daddy,
Can I use the dad
Daddy's
portal?
sleepy.
He's a dad portal. I put that out there. I didn't want to be rude, but if you want to take advantage of the dad portal, but then again, you brought your family with
No, we all take the dad portal.
you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
2 days later, at the Crypt of Steve the Red,
Okay, bye.
Steve is nowhere to be found with a note saying, "This is really hard."